Club N17, mash the like and subscribe. Wako, something had to change. Something had to change. What did you make of the game today, bro?
Oh, better, much better than it has been. So at least we was attacking a bit and that. But I still ain't sure that he ain't going to revert back to his old ways a couple of games later. I'm surprised it took us that long to score, though. We could have been a bit more clinical, couldn't we?
Yeah. We didn't look. We were attacking, which was good to see that we were attacking. But
Yeah,
it was just with how much threat we can be a lot more threatening, can't we, than we were today?
yeah, definitely.
So before the game started, did you think that we were gonna revert to what we've been doing usually, just defending?
Yeah,
Or did you think there was going to be a change?
no, to be honest, I probably thought we was going to defend it more than we did, like
Right.
we normally have been. But we still looked a bit leaky at the back, didn't we? We were still lucky, I think.
There were a couple of offside ones, weren't there? There were a couple of offside
Yeah,
goals, and they were getting in.
yeah, yeah. We was lucky for them not to get that goal just before half time. We could have gone in flipping one down at half time, couldn't we? That was a bit close, a bit too
Yeah,
close for likings, wasn't it?
yeah, for sure. What so we had Tanguy Ndombele. He had dropped, has been dropped back to play next to Højbjerg. What do you make of that? Do you prefer that, or do you prefer him higher up?
Long term, I think, yeah, he should be further back how he was playing today. But I think his best games, to be honest, have been when he's been further up.
Right.
I think he has linked us in. He has looked a bit more dangerous when he has been further up. I think he's had his better games when he has been playing as the number 10, done in the pivot.
Yeah, yeah. So well, who particular stood out for you today?
Um, Lamella, he had not a bad game. Lucas Moura done all right, to be honest. He didn't do too bad. He was attacking a bit when he taking on a few men and that. I know he didn't. He set one up though, actually, didn't he? He got an assist.
I kind of know what you're thinking about with when it comes to Lucas Moura, and I kind of figured it out today. He's dangerous in build-ups, only in build-ups. Not
Yeah,
necessarily
he don't
trying
need
to
to
lay
finish it off.
anything off, but just before the layoff, just before the through ball, just before the cross,
It
that's where
pulls
you
their
want him on the
players
ball.
out, doesn't it?
Say that
It does
again?
pull their players out it pulls their players out of position and that, doesn't he? Where he does take them on.
Yeah,
So I think he
definitely it
pulls
does.
their
And
players out of position to allow others in.
this is a very good close control as well, isn't he? And he can get away from a player. His first 5 yards is really, really quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so you were saying that you're not too sure whether you feel we're going to go back to how we have been playing or we're going to be more attacking. Don't we need to be more attacking at the moment?
Oh, definitely. Definitely need to be more. I don't know about you, but I've found them so boring to watch. Been awful, haven't we? Absolute awful to watch. We do, but I think this. I don't know if Mourinho will keep this up. I think it's him who's telling our players to play how they're playing, like he tries telling everyone that he's not telling them to play like that. I'm not buying that.
No, I'm not buying it, and I think it's quite cruel to throw the players under the bus like that. So I'm definitely with you on that one, Wacko, for real. So
Yeah,
we've got Everton next in the cup, and it's the cups that I'm more hopeful about because the cups, so naturally you should be more attacking because it's knockout. You've got to go through. Whereas with the league he will be a bit more cautious. Well, there's a chance he could be a bit more cautious.
he can be cautious in any game, can't he? Cup or league, can he?
He really could. But we've got
To
a
be
gun.
honest, in the final, I reckon we probably do need to be a bit more cautious, don't we, against City?
I don't know, Wack. Me personally, I think that we've got their number. I think that
We have,
we've done well against them recently.
yeah, but
Sonny always
surely our
scored
luck's
past
got
them.
to run out. Surely our luck's got to run out against them, innit, at one time.
Yeah, Dean pretty much said the same thing when I gave my thoughts as well. But I reckon if we've got Son firing, Kane on it, Tanguy on Dembele, and Højbjerg in there, we'll be able to beat virtually any midfield in the league. So I think we'll be okay against them. But that is something that we've been speaking about. Is that if Mourinho does win us a cup, then that just buys him more time with us. I mean, we don't necessarily need to worry too much if we carry on attacking, but if we keep on playing this horrible defensive football, which I don't think the players like playing.
No, I don't. They was buying into it at first, weren't they? But they don't seem to be playing. Don't seem to be playing it as good as they was at the start, do they? I think they're bored of it, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're bored of playing the football.
Well, it definitely seemed that way from the Brighton game. Steven Bergwijn wasn't tracking back. It was just an all-round bad game anyway, apart from maybe Højbjerg still trying. But how much can you affect a game from the position that he's in?
But talking of cups, in my opinion, even if we win a cup and finish, I don't know, wherever we finish in the league, I don't think it's going to be a top 4. But for me, I'd much rather be like when we had Poch as a manager, we was finishing top 4 for a few years on the trot, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I would much rather, in my opinion, be finishing in the top 4 and be playing Champions League than win a League Cup and not finishing top 4. And be playing at this rate, we might not even be playing Europa League, let alone Champions League.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Dean and I have been talking. Dean and I were talking about the fact that if we don't get into the top 4, and we don't win the Europa League, so no Champions League, then we'll lose Kane and Son. Because if they were to stay beyond this season, to go on to next season, then it would show a lack of ambition in them as players, because we would be taking a step back, But back to the game. So, who would you say was your man of the match today for Spurs?
Oh, that's an hard one, actually.
There was a couple of good performances in there, weren't there? Because we touched on Lucas. Tanguy, I think Aurier done well before he came off.
I wouldn't say that. Sorry, go on, carry on.
No, I was just saying Aurier played well before he came off.
Yeah, he did. He had not a bad game, actually. It's actually hard to pick out. There was a few all right performances. It's actually quite hard. I don't think there was one player who completely stood out and had an outstanding performance, if you know what I mean.
So it was a good team performance, really.
Yeah, it was a better team. Yeah, whereas a lot of times it's just been one or two people, isn't it? Being like it was more of a team performance. Yeah. Who would be my man of the match today? Cool, I don't know. Yeah, that's an hard one.
I think what I would say, it was refreshing. It was nice to have Eric Lamela in there again. Buzzing around. He helped to lift us, because we were always going to go. It looks like Mourinho decided he was going to get us attacking in this game. So he's got Lamela in there, and he really did bring the impetus that would have been needed to carry out that instruction to play so attacking.
Yeah, no, definitely. And he did have a good game. Because I think Lamela, when he's on form, he's a good player when he's on form. And but the last few games, apart from when he come on sub for the last match, he played well. But up until that, he hasn't been on form, as you'd say, I don't think. But today was a much better performance. And his last game, when he come on off the bench, he had a good performance. So yeah, hopefully Lamela can get firing again, because he can even score a few goals when he's firing, can't he?
Yeah, yeah. So it's not just the effects. He does have quality, but I think he just probably needs a bit more bottle, and the same sort of like vigor that he has with putting in his tackles. I wish he had that kind of hunger when it comes to trying to get goals.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
does like to try to assist goals, but trying to be a bit more greedier. Uh,
yeah.
and using his right foot, he's just not too confident in that regard. I don't think anyway.
No, no, no. Earlier he could have put one away, couldn't he? If he was a
Yeah,
bit more sharper with his right foot. Yeah,
yeah, I know the one you're talking about as well, where he
yeah.
weaved in, he beat three players. And,
That's the one.
well, there was probably like one step earlier from when he did shoot that he could have shot with his right, but he didn't. Then he took it a little bit
Yeah,
further, and then the shot was just completely tame and lacked any kind
yeah,
ambition. So Ben Davis, there's been a bit of talk about him recently, just about how much he's been playing recently. So I think people were calling for him to be rested in the last game. But what did you make of him today?
Uh, okay.
Stand
Nothing too special. No, nothing too special. I don't think he's been too good for a while now. Yeah, every ball he seems to pass, it's one of their players doesn't make the pass. He's definitely no regular.
No, definitely not. And I think like one in every four games, he'll put in a fantastic
A
cross.
good shift, yeah.
Yeah, and he'll put in a really good cross. But because I guess we'll need him a bit more over the next few games. He didn't look too burnt out for me. He's playing at if we can get him staying at this kind of level, then I think we'll be okay until Serge comes back.
Yeah,
Serge
yeah. I think Ben Davies is an okay player, but that's as far as I'll go. So I wouldn't. He's not good enough to be our first choice. I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, and mate, the difference of Hyun-Min Song's performance when Harry Kane's in there.
Yeah,
Talk to me.
yeah, definitely. Yes, but he did used to be okay. Under Poch, when he used to play, and when Kane's been out for a while, he's happened a few times. He used to do okay. He used to score goals and step up for us. I think even last season, didn't he score a few, even under Mourinho when Kane was out?
Yeah.
But yeah, this season he's just looked not there really, has he, when Kane's not been playing?
Yeah, so it was the last game. I mean, he was completely isolated. So I guess that's more to do with the tactics because Kane does actually nominate himself to be the person to connect the defense to attack, midfield to attack. Whereas when he's not there, there's nobody there. Whoever's up front is completely isolated, right?
Isolated, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I think he was happy to have Kane back, wasn't
big time, you can see it.
he? Yeah,
The connection
you
was
heard
the
his
whole team looked better with it.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying that the connection between the two of them was there, and that kind of lifted the team around them. It made Lucas Moura look quite threatening around there as well, where he's just usually isn't. So
Yeah,
I was really happy with it, mate. Really happy. So we've got Everton in the midweek in the cup, who are in a decent-ish run of form.
yeah. I watched their game last night against United. They looked pretty sharp. Everton did.
Yeah. So I think the only way that we can get a result is if we go at them, pretty much as we did today. Because look, we were being attacking, but our defending, although they got in a couple of times, it didn't look as shaky as it has done recently.
No, but it was West Brom we were playing, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You got to remember that they're not on form either, are they?
No, but I guess the thing is with West Brom and under Sam Allardyce is they will be encouraged to get the balls pumped into our defenders. So we will get tested by West Brom, whereas Everton will probably try to play something a little bit more intricate, and then maybe we'll see Mourinho try to be too smart.
Yeah. Who do you reckon he'll go with against Everton at the back? It's hard to call, isn't it, who he'll go with?
That's a good
Like,
question, mate. That's a good question.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll raise you. Do you think he'll bring Eric Dyer back for that game?
I think he probably will.
Right.
I think the two best have been, I know Dyer's made some mistakes lately, and Corey has, but I think the best pairing we've had so far is Toby and Dyer.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know why he keeps taking Toby out. I don't think Toby. I think they was looking well together. We was winning a few looks, the most solid we've had, I think, as a pairing. And I can't remember what game it is. I think Toby made a bit of a mistake and he took it straight out. I think he's a bit too quick. Mourinho's a bit too quick to take people out once they've made a mistake or something.
Well, yeah, it kind of depends on who you are. If you're one of his favourites, then maybe he'll show a little bit more patience. But that'll be the same with all managers, really. But you've got to be able to see that Dyer has these lapses of concentration.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
He'll be taken out of the firing line for a little while. So do you think so? Dyer will come in quite soon. So Davinson probably won't be an extended period.
I'd have Toby and someone. And I think he'll bring Dyer back. I think it'll be Toby and Dyer.
Yeah. So you think this will be just like a bit of a rare run out for Sanchez today? Do you think after he'll Dyer back in the league as well?
I reckon he probably will, but as you say, it's hard to tell. He's swapping and changing all the time, isn't he? But for me, if I was, I'd keep Toby in and someone with Toby. That's what I'd do.
I feel you, man. All right. Well, listen, man. Appreciate your time today, Wako. I'll be in touch soon for another one of our games for another chinwag. But yeah, that's Club N17. Mash the like, subscribe. Peace.